Hey guys, welcome to my 1979 Datsun 210 with the 1.4 liter straight 4. And this series, piece by piece, bit by bit, I'm gonna make this car drivable to be put on the road. But first, let me give you guys a quick overview. As you can see, it's got some rust spots. It's starting to get severe. I did have this car for a few years, but I worked full time, then I went to school, so it's just been sitting here for about a few years. And I finally had the time and the motivation and the knowledge to finally work on this car again. So let me show you the little rough spots. So obviously here we have on the hood, I can probably push my finger through this, but I'm not going to because, you know, it's not through the hood just yet. Got some dry rotting on the bumper here. I think on this side as well, through the chrome as well. Here. Say hi to the birdies. This fender is actually pretty perfect. There's a dent there. A little bit of rust creeping in here. Got some on the driver door. Quarter panel is not quarter panel. Rocker panel. Pretty decent condition. You know, safety first, guys. Coming over to the driver quarter glass, starting to rust under here, but I can see somebody has pasted over these cracks. They still leak, but I have some more paste, so I'll just paste over the paste, and hopefully that'll fix that problem and be like brand new. But yeah, this quarter panel is starting to go. It's still got some chunkiness, you know, left in it. This area here, you can see, yeah, you can see all that. I can probably push through this with my hand, but I'm not going to. But I have plenty of license plates to patch that up with. And then on here, this quarter panel, yeah. This quarter panel, it's kind of coming apart right now. This kind of weird paste is just all over the car on every single seal. As far as I know, the rear glass doesn't leak. You know, as far as I know, a few years ago, this is metal, this is holding up. That started to patina. That's fine. The hatch though is in perfect condition besides the glass, the seals. Come over here, typical dry rot plastic. No gas tank, because I took it out, put a fuel cell in there. You can't really see it. I'll show you guys later. Some rust coming through this quarter panel down here. This side's pretty decent. It's starting to go, it's starting to bubble through the paint and whatnot. There's a scratch here. This car did have a respray. Original paint color is red, as you can kind of see from the flaking rust. Yeah, this side's starting to get to it. You know, need a trim. Doors open. Took out the carpet because it was just incredibly bad. The floor is solid though. Pretty solid. I should probably reinforce it with something. Probably not. I ripped out the carpet. Like I said, it was pretty bad. This passenger seat is in perfect condition. Not a single thing wrong with it. Driver's side, not the same story. Headliner, pretty nice. It's vinyl, so it's not like a cloth, sagging cloth. There's the fuel cell back there. Rear seats are down for right now. I'll probably take those out. Honestly, they're in horrible condition. Dash is cracked. That's fine. Complete, pretty complete. Pretty nice. Except for that, there's probably some flex in the body, if I'm being honest, but you can see it's getting kind of crinkled up here. Huge dent in this fender here. You can probably pop that out pretty easily if it doesn't crack and break. You know, look at all that flex in there. And that's that side. So let me go ahead and open the engine bay. And here we have it. The straight 4 makes about 65 horsepower, 60 horsepower from factory. Given the age and whatnot, probably like 50 horsepower. This car is running. It's not running right now. There's no fuel in the lines. It is off an aftermarket electronic fuel pump. It does have a mechanical fuel pump. It's down there somewhere. I think this is it here. Mechanical fuel pump. They just looped it back in itself and they used that. I do have a fuel pump to put in there, so we can stop using this one because I kind of don't like it. It's pretty bad. You'll hear it later. So I have a fuel pump here. I can put that in. This came with the car. I didn't do the plugs. These look nice. I did replace the spark plugs a long time ago. I did some steering stuff on this. Nothing too crazy. This battery's bad. That battery's bad. That battery's bad. But I think one of those might hold a charge for at least a couple days. But for now, I'll just take a small battery from one of my cars, put it in here just so we can run it. Comes with power steering. I don't know if it works because it didn't come with a belt. I never bought a belt for it, but pulley is not seized whatsoever. There's no play in there. It does have air conditioning. Don't know if it works or not. The guy I bought it says it was blown cold, but there's no belt for the compressor, so I don't know. I would take that off if that wasn't tight, but I don't really have any tools on me. But I think it's a standard 2-barrel carburetor. I don't know too much about carburetors. You know, I'm kind of young. I'm 26 now, 27. So give me a minute when I learn carburetors. All right. I don't know what this. Oh, I don't know why that's in there. I did replace the negative cables and the positive cables. I replaced the starter already. I have new fuel. I have new rubber fuel lines, so that's good. I replaced the transmission fluid. So that's some stuff I already done. And like I said before, I have the fuel cell in the trunk right there. So items that I do have. I have a brake master cylinder coming. I have 2 rear wheel cylinders coming. I have brake hoses. I have rear drums, the axle drums, and the shoes for it. What else do I have? I have wheel bearings, but I think the bearings are okay. I'll maybe replace them anyhow. So the main objective now, I also have a few steering components and whatnot. The main objective now is just to get this car running so y'all can hear it first. I know y'all want to hear it. All right, so it's the next day. I have a few things here. Boom, Gatorade. It's like 1,000,000 degrees outside. I have a battery from one of my cars. I'm gonna see if I can, you know, when we get this thing running, I'm gonna see if I can hot swap the battery and charge one of those batteries over there. I have the fuel pump here. I hope it's the right one. I never used it. You see it's getting a little bit of rust here, but that should be okay. Comes with a couple gaskets. First, I have to find some fuel line if I have it. All right, so never mind. I should be able to reuse these lines here in order to get to the fuel pump right there. So let's go ahead and analyze how I'm supposed to get that thing off. A couple bolts right there. Should probably be like 10mm or something. Yeah, I got 2 bolts there. Those look like maybe 12 or 13 on each side. Let's go ahead and get that out. Let's get in here. Bolts are not tight. So okay, just dropped my wrench through the grill. Now I hope the gasket hasn't molted to the block. Oh, it was a nut and I dropped a nut somewhere. I did not know those were nuts. Okay. I'm dropping everything everywhere. I have the battery disconnected so I don't touch anything starter related or alternator related. I don't want to electrocute myself. Alright. Let's pull fuel pump out. There it is. There it is, and the gasket stayed on it. Yeah, this gasket's pretty bad. So go ahead and I'm gonna look at the mating surface and see if it's good or bad, if I gotta clean anything off. What is that? Is that a spacer? What is this? Yeah, it is a spacer of some kind, and I just moved it. Okay, there's a gasket there too. So it's this plastic piece. I'm surprised that's in good condition. Honestly, I'm gonna try to be real careful with this. And then there's the other gasket behind here. Gingerly peel. Here we go. So it's the same design gasket. So it goes gasket, this piece, gasket. All right, let's do it. Here is our new fuel pump with new gaskets. That goes on there. No, not yet. Let me clean off the surface and then I'll put this stuff on there. Well, I can't find a rag, so I'm gonna use the soft part of this glove to clean it up. Don't be like me, you do it the right way. Is this sludge? Ooh, yeah, there's some sludge in there. Looks good enough. Let's get a gasket on there. Let's match the shape up. There's a point. See, it's round on the bottom. There's a little bit of a point up top. Point has to go up top. Let me try not to rip these paper or plastic gaskets. Okay, there's that. There's this. I'm gonna do the same thing. Use the glove to clean up the surface. Be careful, I don't want to break this one. Put it back in. Make sure it goes the right way. And then I'm gonna put this gasket on first. My girlfriend just pulled up. On some making models, there's a pin or something like that you gotta push in so you can get the lever in. Fit our fuel pump in there. Okay, so there's no pin for that. I'm gonna be careful because I don't want to keep picking these up off the floor, so I'm gonna do a wash at a time. How is anybody with moderate hand size gonna do this? Alright, got them in. Time to snug them up. Try to do both sides evenly, and I gotta do this gentle so I don't crack the plastic spacer and tear our gasket. Alright, that feels pretty good for now. I'll just have to keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't leak any oil. If it leaks oil, I'll do a few turns. But like I said, I don't wanna split a gasket, and I don't wanna crack that spacer. I rigged that up completely wrong. No, I didn't. Did I? Wait. I did. No, I didn't. I did. This is my feed line. Son of a gun. Alright, let me pull that back out. Alright, folks. So I routed everything up. I had to get my memory right. So here, this is my feed line. This is coming from the tank or the fuel cell, right? It needs to be pulled up by the fuel pump. Then it needs to go into here, through here, into the carburetor. Yeah, my memory, I was like, okay, it goes here and out there. So then it goes to here, then there, to there. So no idea. So now I can disable this electronic fuel pump here by just, it's just tapped in here to the coil. So I can undo that real quick, take that wire off because I don't need it activating or whatever. All right, it's disconnected. There's a ground from the coil running to the fuel pump, the electronic fuel pump. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't know where else I would ground that to. Maybe this receiver dryer or accumulator. I don't know. But for now, I know it doesn't burn on the car if it's there, so it's gonna stay there. So now I can put in the battery, and then hopefully by the time either the starter burns out or the battery goes dead, we'll get fuel up to here and we'll start. Here's more or less the battery tray. slushy in there. So I siphoned some fuel in the fuel filter just so it gives some rest time to the battery and the starter. So it should just go straight from the fuel pump into the car. So let's go see if this thing will start. Should probably connect the battery first. All right, okay. So let's go ahead and crank it. Can we give some choke? Let me see what that fuel's doing. It's taking it. It's definitely taking it. Is it going? I don't know. Let's keep trying. Let's give it some squirts and no carburetor. Let's try that. There we go. It's on. Full choke. I'm gonna try to give it some choke down. That stalled. Okay, doesn't want full choke yet. Let's try it again. Okay, full choke. Okay, I'll leave it right there for now until it warms. No, maybe. What is squeaking like that? Okay, we leave it like this for now. Let me go look at the fluids and everything. Oh yeah, we're leaking fuel. It looks like I just need to tighten that up, and then we should be good. I have a vacuum leak somewhere. Okay, let me go, let me see if I can tighten this up right here and stop this leak. Okay, let me try to idle it down. Try to close the choke. Okay, I leave it like that. Check the fuel. Looking good. Not leaking fuel in there. I wish I knew where my other blue cap was so I can plug the vent tube. But yeah, it's running pretty nicely off of the mechanical fuel pump. Is that clanking come from here? No, that actually might be the mechanical fuel pump clanking, so I think we're good. All right, let me give it a closed choke. All right, it's closed choke. Yeah, so this is how it runs. Alright, so that hissing noise is just actually the carburetor itself. Alright, so I was messing around with the carburetor. I think the next step is to take off this air cleaner and see what type of carburetor I got, 2-barrel or whatnot, and see if I can find maybe a replacement. I'd like to replace it. I don't know what the owner had before me had on this, but I'd like to replace it with something, or at least find a rebuild kit so I know that, you know, I can tune this the way it's supposed to be and have it running good and not misfiring a little bit. It is running smooth though, but well guys, that's it for now, and I appreciate y'all watching. Please subscribe and you know, stay tuned for more.